Hey guys, Estire here. So as you might know, I was at E3 2019 and I started to make some video for each part, but because stuff are getting very busy for VR right now, we're gonna have the Index launching very soon, and then a lot of different games. I want to make a video to summarize what was my experience over there, what was the different technology that we saw out there. Also, I had the opportunity to try the Vive Focus Plus, that is the new one that is not in the States yet, so very interesting for that as well. And of course, a bunch of different games that we're gonna arrive and we're gonna see very soon. So without further ado, let's get to my E3 experience. Let's see what were the most interesting things out there and how our technology is evolving so far. Let's get to it. So first of all, I want to start with some games. So what we saw there was pretty much the Oculus booth with different games out there. They had actually a big area in the West Hall, even bigger than the one that we saw and we tried at PAX East. Now, I had the opportunity to try different games. One I made a video about is Lone Echo 2. That was very interesting. You saw the video already, so you know that this is one of my favorite games out there for VR in terms of interaction and in terms of graphic. Then I get the opportunity to try from Vertigo After the Fall. This is a very interesting game set in a post-apocalyptic environment, so everything is snow, but other stuff are gonna be added. There is some crafting in there, but it was very early beta. The graphic was of course good, very similar to Arizona Sunshine, and the feeling was very similar to Arizona Sunshine, but they kind of ditched the fact that you have hands and you can just keep your weapons in there. It's very arcadey, and I hope they're gonna add the ability to have just your hands in there in the future, because it really helps a lot for immersion instead of just grabbing things with a pistol in your hands. That doesn't make sense. But a lot of accessories, very fun to play, and there are also boss battles, so something that we don't really see in VR a lot. And the other thing, and the Oculus booth was actually Beat Saber 360. As I said in the video there, well, very immersive, and everything was feeling like dancing instead of playing Beat Saber, so very nice. And I was actually laughing while playing, so very fun. But it wasn't just Oculus there, of course. I've been invited by Rebellion to check out Sniper Elite VR. This was very interesting. I played a lot flat games there. Let me know if you did as well. But the feeling is pretty much the same. You can see, by the way, some of gameplay. I wasn't able to record directly, but they recorded me while playing. And as you can see, the graphic is pretty much the same. It's very immersive. You are in World War II, and in that case in Italy, so for me it was very particular and very engaging as well. And what they did, they retained all the assets for the regular game, but with different maps, where they're actually going in the direction to toggle a little the problem that we have with the PSVR, where the sensors are just in front, and so you have to retain like a corridor way, as we saw in Farpoint. So the maps are really in that direction, but still it's very immersive to shoot around with the sniper rifle. Everything was feeling pretty good. It was an early alpha, so the tracking wasn't even perfect, but they also retained the kill cam, and that was just amazing and super fun, because the bolt shot, for example, was there, and you were able to see the organs you were going through. A little splattery, but yeah, that's the game, and if you want you can always turn it off, so no problem. Very interesting, and that is gonna come to every platform, so it's not just PSVR, and I can't really wait to see it on the Vive Pro, on the Index, or on the Rift S for sure, and also Windows Mixed Reality, why not? Then another game, and actually my favorite game out there, was Espire 1. This was mind-blowing. Well, Espire 1 is a game very like a Metal Gear, Splinter Cell, put all together, put VR together, and you have this amazing mashup where you are a robot that is a spy. So when you die, you do respawn with different robots that you have to activate through the map. You can pretty much climb every surface that is made of metal, so it's very fun to just go around and imagine your path to actually take out the enemies without being seen. You can sneak out everywhere. You have a super amazing camera that you can throw, and you can like call enemies with that, or you can just check around the corners. It's mind-blowing, super nice game. And at the same time, there are like some of those mechanics that you don't really see much in VR, like voice detection, where when you go on the back of a person, you can just say freeze, and this person will freeze and put their hands up, and at that point you can take it out without any effort. It's very, very interesting. It's a storyline, and they're working on it from very long, and that is going to arrive also to the Oculus Quest. I tried the Oculus Quest version, but it wasn't working that well yet. They were actually watching my videos about the comparison for Robo Recall from the regular one to the Quest, so they asked me also what I thought about it, and yeah, they still have to balance stuff, but the great thing is that when you retain the same gameplay, the same mechanics, then everything is just fun no matter what. So great job to the devs of Espire 1, really probably my favorite games at E3, and was super glad that I had the opportunity to try it out and share it with you guys. I can't wait to share more for sure. Then of course we are a VR tech channel, so we have to talk about VR tech. bHaptics was actually there with their full suit, so I was able to try the suit, the thing on the wrist, and the face one, and they also have the feet one right now, and also the one if you want to punch people. So like they're really making stuff for everything, and the software is getting better and better, and I had actually a demo using the Vive Focus Plus. So it was my first hands-on with the Vive Focus Plus, also with the controllers and the visual and things. Of course I can't make a review about it, but what I have to say that I was impressed. The clarity on the screen is very, very nice. The lenses, they feel actually bigger than the one that we have on the HTC Vive or HTC Vive Pro, but in the application that they were using, there was like some stereoscopical issues, so I wasn't really able to like talk too much about it, but I have to say, like, put it on, like it's very easy to put on, it's very comfortable on the head. You have a band that is very interesting because it actually cap your crane on the back, so it takes out a lot of weight because it's not super light anyway, and I wish I could check it out more, but for that maybe in the future we're gonna get some contact with HTC and we're gonna see what we can do, because it's really hard to get in the United States. But going back to the attic, well, actually very interesting stuff is gonna come in the channel as well, because I'm gonna review one of the suits very soon, and I have to say that I was impressed. Like when you put it on, it's easy. I also saw it using it at the arcade where people were just impressed and super immersed, because having this haptic feedback every time when they shoot you, understanding where they're shooting you, actually really adds a lot of immersion. And I can't wait for these to get more mainstream, be sold a little more abroad all around the globe, but more news for that soon. And right now I want to talk about another technology that we saw there, and that was very, very interesting. Actually, it's not the first time that I saw that technology. Last year Captoglobe brought it with their globes. Captoglobe is actually the company I working for right now, so I don't want to talk about them too much because that will be like not fair for you guys and for me, because I don't want to put myself in a weird situation where I talk about stuff that I work for. But we saw that already, where you have a variation of temperature actually in the globes. Right now is presenting the first in VR beta integration, so it's very interesting for the future as well. But talking about haptics, well, there was Tagway itself, that is the company that created the technology of the variation of temperature. And what I tried was very interesting, because they put these plates instead of your fingers, like it happens in Captoglobe, in your face plate. So you were able to feel like the heat or the cold, depends on the environment. Of course, this is not for us consumer to buy, but it's already on sale. Actually, it's around $350. So if you're interested to put it in your games and stuff like that, well, you can do it already. They provide an SDK and everything like that. But the demo was mind-blowing, because what we were doing is like you were going inside a room where there was lava, and little by little, as closer you were getting to the lava, like the temperature was starting to raise so much that this was like completely uncomfortable to keep. Like I had really to pull it out from my face because it was burning. It was just an amazing experience. And then like you go back super fast in the other room when there is the ice instead, and you get as close as you can as the ice to relieve a little your forehead. This was very, very interesting because I think it's a great solution for future immersion, for arcades, but also because I met Robert from Vive Chill, it could be actually a good solution for just chill in VR, because we know now that it's summer and using VR is getting a little complicated. So a solution like that will be able to just give you like a relief to the heat and not make your VR headset fog every time and stuff like that. Right now it's a little pricey because the technology is pricey and they have to scale it up, and it's actually a business to business right now. So if you are a VR maker, something like that, well, consider them, because I feel like we need something to like just relieve our forehead in summer, and there could be actually a solution like it was Vive Chill in the past and is still right now. And that was all pretty much from E3. Anyway, E3 this year wasn't that big like it was last year. So I also check out different little booths and games, like the little mat that is there. Also a new Battle Royale game, very similar actually to Stand Out. So really they have to create their niche. There was a lot of VR around, but of course I want to talk about what I actually checked out over there. And I have to say that it was a really positive E3, and I hope next year is gonna be even better talking about VR, because everything has to grow more. Maybe new console will bring new games, some better graphics, and maybe new VR for Xbox. I don't think it's gonna arrive next year, but probably the year after, so to have a little competition also with the PlayStation part that is actually ruling them all over there. But anyway guys, also little mention to Bionics, the one that makes the Mantis for the PSVR. I actually asked them if they're working on the Rift S accessory or the Oculus Quest, and they said that they're actually in their mind, so they're working on something. So probably we're gonna know more in the future, but for now they don't have anything to share about it. But yeah, that's really all. I hope I didn't go for too long. I'm sorry for my voice, I'm a little sick, so I hope I get better soon. Also because we have the Valve Index coming at the end of the week, so we need to get better. But anyway guys, let me know what you think about in the comment below. What is interesting for you that you saw from me at E3? That's all for real. So if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like the video, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more about VR tech and all the new stuff coming very, very soon. And I see you guys next video. Thanks for watching. Ciao.